Lived many years in the wind-swept hills of an area between Yemen and Oman. They were physically well-built and renowned for their craftsmanship, especially in the construction of tall buildings with lofty towers. They were outstanding among all nations in power and wealth, which unfortunately made them arrogant and boastful. Their political power was held in the hand of unjust rulers against whom no one dared to raise a voice. They were not ignorant of the existence of Allah, nor did they refuse to worship Him. What they did refuse was to worship Allah alone. They worshipped other gods also, including idols. This is one sin Allah doesn't forgive. Allah wanted to guide and discipline these people, so He sent a prophet from among them. This prophet was Hud alayhi salam, a noble man who handled this task with great resoluteness and tolerance. Was from a tribe who were Arabs living in Al-Ahqaf in Yemen between Oman and Hadramaut on a land called Ashur stretching out into the sea. The name of their wali was Mughis. Hud alayhi salam condemned idol worship and admonished his people. My people, what is the benefit of these stones that you carve with your own hands and worship? In reality, it is an insult to the intellect. There is only one deity worthy of worship, and that is Allah. Worship of Him and Him alone is compulsory on you. He created you, He provides for you, and He is the one who will cause you to die. He gave you wonderful physiques and blessed you in many ways. So believe in Him and do not be blind to His favors, or the same fate that destroys Noah's people will overtake you. With such reasoning, Hud alayhi salam hoped to instill faith in them, but they refused to accept his message. His people asked him, "Do you desire to be our master with your call? What payment do you want?" Hud alayhi salam tried to make them understand that he would receive his reward from Allah alone. Explained to them about Allah's blessing, how Allah Almighty had made them Noah's successors, how He had given them strength and power, and how He sent them rain to revive the soil. They asked, "O Hud, do you say that later we die and turn into dust, we will be resurrected?" Hud alayhi salam replied, "Yes, you will come back on the day of judgment, and each of you will be asked about what you did." The peal of laughter was heard after the last statement. They all believed that when a man dies, his body decays and turns into dust, which is swept away by the wind, which then cannot return to its original state. They all disbelieved him. The chiefs of Hud's people asked, "Is it not strange that Allah chooses one of us to reveal His message to?" Hud alayhi salam replied, "What is strange in that? Allah wants to guide you to the right way of life, so He sent me to warn you. Noah's flood and his story are not far away from you, so do not forget what happened. All the disbelievers were destroyed, no matter how strong they were." "Who is going to destroy us, Hud?" the chiefs asked. "Allah," replied Hud. The disbelievers among his people answered, "We will be saved by our gods." Hud alayhi salam clarified to them that the gods they worshipped would be the reason for their destruction, that it is Allah alone who saves people, and that no other power on earth can benefit or harm anyone. The conflict between Hud and his people continued. The years passed and they became more prouder and more obstinate and more tyrannical. Furthermore, they started to accuse Hud alayhi salam of being a crazy lunatic. Punishment incurred. A drought spread throughout the land, for the sky no longer sent its rain. The sun scorched the desert sand. Hud's people hastened to him, asking, "What is that drought, Hud?" Hud alayhi salam answered, "Allah is angry with you." They mocked him and became more obstinate, sarcastic, and perverse in their unbelief. The drought increased, the trees turned yellow, and the plants died. A day came when they found the sky full of clouds. Hud's people were glad as they came out of their tents, crying, "A cloud which will give us rain." From burning dry and hot to stinging cold, with wind that shook everything, trees, plants, tents, men and women. The wind increased day after day and night after night. People started to flee. Longer. It slashed clothing and skin. It penetrated the apertures of the body and destroyed it. The storm raged for 8 days and 7 nights. That violent gale did not stop until the entire region was reduced to ruins, and its wicked people destroyed, swallowed by the sands of the desert. Only Hud alayhi salam and his followers remained unharmed. They migrated to Hadramaut and lived there in peace, worshipping Allah, their true Lord.